Alright, what's up guys? It's Apollo here and welcome back to some more Company of Heroes 2. It's been a very long time since the last time I played this, or just showed a battle replay, and pretty excited about this one because we have a great one. So this one was sent in by Iron Fist. I want to thank you for sending this in. It's called it Ain't Over Until the Fat Lady's Singing or something like that. So you know it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a close one. So let's go ahead and show you the armies here really quick as they go out and they get their initial capture points. So we've got the Soviets versus the Germans. On this side we have the blue Germans here. I believe that's the Eastern Germans. Then we have the yellow Germans, which is the Eastern Germans. And then over here, the team green, which is going to be the Western Germans. So those are the Germans. Over on the other side, it's three armies of Soviet Union. So there you go. Those are the factions. Now right away, obviously we're playing for the victory points here. There's 3 victory points on the map. It looks like the Germans are currently... Actually, this is the Soviets who are currently capturing this one. If you look on the mini-map, you know what? I'm going to make the HUD a little bit bigger so you can see that mini-map. So the 3 points, pretty interesting locations here. We've got one that is, right now they're contesting for it. So, some nice suppressing fire. The Soviets are having to crawl their way out of that one. But it looks like the Germans have this under control thanks to the MG that is just propped up. Look at this. Propped up and is pushing back the Soviets. So they're going to take control of this this victory point. Now, it is surrounded by water, which is going to be a nice little buffer zone for them. But it looks like, yeah, the Germans have this one under control. Meanwhile, the Soviets have this one over here under control as they are pushing back the Germans. Look at them. They're like, ah, scheiße! Get out! Los! So they're gonna get out of there, and then finally we've got the final one, which has not been contested, but we do have some Soviets very close by. They are in firing range, I guess you could say. The Germans are closing in as well. We got the Western Germans who are pushing up, and it looks like they're gonna take this point. So if they do take it, the Germans will have control of 2 victory points, but this is gonna be a tough one. I mean, the Soviets could easily push and stop them, but it looks like they're not going to. So we got a nice solid German position here. We're kind of prepping up to like, all right, boys. All right, get ready. We're about to push. And here comes a flanking push by the yellow Germans. They're going to try to sweep out the Soviet position. Meanwhile, no, the other Germans are holding back. I'm kind of surprised. I don't know if there's some miscommunication, but I thought they would push together. Now he's pushing, but is it a little too late? No, it's not. They're going to push and take the point. Very good job by the Germans. The Soviets are preparing some forces as well, getting ready to push over on that side as well. So back over here, the Germans have this well under control. There is a small squad of Soviets. It looks like an MG ready to be deployed because we do have some reinforcements closing in. We have, let's see, what are these? These are the conscripts. So we have conscripts pushing forward, and they are going to try to get as much damage done as possible as they are taking on the German flank. So instead of directly going for the victory point, they're going to go for the side point, which will give them 7 fuel points. So it's a nice fuel point position. The Germans go ahead and quickly get inside the trench that they just built and are going to be able to hold the line here, but the Soviets are going to throw out a grenade, and oh no, it's like a Molotov. And, or incinerary grenade. Words are hard. But things are getting juicy over here. The Germans have reinforcements counter-pushing. But it's not enough. And the Soviets will hold against that German counter-push. They still have a brave MG. Look at that. Through the flames, man. Through the flames. This MG holds the line. What an absolute Chad. Look at him. Like killing communists in the morning. You know, like, that was a weird accent, but yeah, that was a brave stand by the lone German MG who single-handedly pretty much defends this point. Well, actually, yeah, no, they still have it, so good on him. But the Germans are definitely going to need to send some reinforcements over there. So back over here, we have the Soviets taking a center position. This is a fuel point. And then back over here, we've got the Germans with a very solid sandbag defense. They've got some engineers, it looks like, to the front. Storm Pioneer Squad. And then we've got the the Grenadiers. So a nice little hold here, but it's gonna be a tricky one. I also like how they've got some anti-tank. So they're already getting ready for the Soviet armor to start rolling out. We're about getting into that phase where the infantry is about to have support from armor. And it looks like the Germans actually push back the Soviets. And yep, sure enough, look at this. We've got a light vehicle, light scout car with a full squad in there of engineers. It is decked out. Let's see what happens here. We got an MG, but MG's not really going to do much there. He's going to go ahead and pack it up. Oh, and the flamethrower. Oh, they got to get out of there. Look at him. He's like, hot, hot. Oh, man. All right, and now, oh my God, the German position has been crushed over here. The anti-tank completely missing their opportunity, and they're gonna lose that anti-tank. And the Germans are just brute force running right in front of them, but they're gonna fall back, thankfully. Okay, so back over here, the Germans are engineering a nice little barbed wire fencing here to kind of give them a little bit of protection. Back here, I love the music in this game too. Back over here, we have the Chad, the Chad German machine gunner still holding on to this position as the engineers start to reinforce this trench position, which is so important to this defense. But so far, 2 of the victory points are in control of the Germans, and the Soviets are down. And look at this. Oh my God, the Germans are like, you like fire? Okay, we'll give you some fire. Oh, but that's okay. The Soviets coming in with multiple mortar crew in the creek here, which are able to take out that light vehicle pretty quickly. So that is good for the Soviets. Meanwhile, the Soviets do control the center victory point. So we're about 8 minutes in. The Germans having a pretty solid lead, doing a good job of defending the victory points that they currently have. I'm a little worried about this victory point over here. I really think that the Germans could easily lose it. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, look, this is a really good defensive position. Oh, no, did they kill? Don't tell me they killed the machine gunner. No, look at him, he's like, I don't even care. Look at him, just like an absolute lad. Still, just holding this trench as now mortars come and hit him. His overhang cover there is now gone. He's sitting, seriously, he's just sitting next to the fire. You guys ever been to like a grill where they're cooking in front of you and they do a little bit of flame? It was a hibachi grill, and the fire's like, oh dang, that's pretty hot. Imagine what this guy's going through, all right? On top of Soviets being right across the way in the creek, and here we go. Life of a soldier right here. Oh, great flanking fire. It looks like he's taking out, what is that? He's got a heavy machine gun being pushed up, and it's pinned. And the machine gunner is just shooting down dead Soviets, just making sure they are dead. It continues to hold. What is he even? I think he's just trying to pin down the enemy. All right, let's zoom around here as we've got some light armor pushing up, trying to. What is this? This is the SDKFZ-222. It's a light armored vehicle. It gets blasted there by the Soviets. The Soviets, man, they've got a solid position here. They're just kind of like, you know, it's almost like they're doing a countdown. They're like, 30 seconds. 30 seconds till we charge. I don't know what's going. I think they're just waiting for more forces because they're just trying to. Oh no! Rest in peace. as our machine gunner has fallen. At least we got to see his demise. Now we can respect him as he has put a great defense for Germany. But yeah, not good enough. But they're just waiting by a blown up tank here. We've got Soviet vehicles patrolling. Let's go check out over here. Let's see what's going on here. Same thing. It's just both sides are a bit of a stalemate. A little bit of a Mexican standoff there. And then we have more Germans. This area is not even really being contested. In fact, the Germans could probably push and take this. Speaking of that, let me see the fog of war. See, they can't really see, so maybe that's why. But it's worth a chance just scouting out and just pushing behind enemy lines. So, because there's nothing over here from the Soviets. So that's one thing in this game, like you always got to be scouting and like testing the waters of enemy positions. And if they have like an opening, an opportunity to push, I say go for it. All right, now I know there's a way you can hide the HUD. I don't remember the button for it, if it's like shift control. Well, that's okay. That's how you get names to come up. I don't know. The one thing I hate about Company of Heroes 2 is the controls. Maybe because I'm a noob and I suck at the game and I don't like using arrow keys. Oh, nice. But like the replay controls as well can be very frustrating. Oh my God, how awesome is that? I mean, seriously, look at this MG. Like, this is like very close fire. Imagine an MG being that close firing down on you. So you ever play like shooters like Hell Let Loose and you're the MG guy and you run up and start blasting? Yeah, that's what that reminds me of. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got the Soviet armor. We've got a T-70 light tank rolling behind enemy lines. The MG doesn't even care. They're like, no, we hold the line. We hold the line. Oh, all right, we'll pack it up. There's a lot of The Soviets now take this position as we have another. Wait, this is. Oh, we got a Panzer IV medium tank taking on the light tank. It should be able to take it out, but it looks like this light tank is trying to disengage. The flank is exposed to this anti-tank. This is not good. Oh, the anti-tank not really doing too much damage to it. Come on, come on. Oh, and it misses. And we've got a little cat and mouse game. Will this German tank pursue it to the ends of the earth? Let's see. It looks like he is. He's going all in. But honestly, he should call it back. He should fall back. My God. So that seems like a waste of armor right there. And the Soviets are gaining control of this victory point over here. Finally, the Germans have decided to push. They've got a little scout, a scout wagon up here pushing up, but they still control this victory point right here. The center one is in big trouble though. And at the same time, guys, the Germans are losing control of this victory point over here. They've already lost control of this victory point. So the Soviets went for the long and steady race, the turtle race, so to speak. They took their time. They gathered up forces. They gathered up mortar teams. And it seems like the Germans just weren't really doing the same thing. You know, it seems like they just weren't sending enough troops to match the Soviets. And so they lost this victory point. And now the tables have turned. Oh my God. Look at this force right here. We've got an entire platoon of troops moving out, ready to do a full-on infantry attack. The Germans have kind of just been hoarding up some troops here. Let's see if they're kind of just sneaking in. All right, open fire. Look at all the anti-tank back here. Oh no, the mortars, so they're gonna have to push. They need to clean out the Soviet defensive positions, but they're pinned down. They've got heavy machine guns just blasting. Uh-oh, wow, that's a lot of grenades. They don't call them grenadiers for nothing. Oh boy. Oh, wow, okay. It does do some damage, but they're gonna get into like some melee close. That would be cool to see some like intense melee. Just like some guys like bayoneting each other. And now over on this side, we got the Soviets kind of counter flanking here, trying to stop the bleeding. But we got some anti-tank who, oh, just miss an opportunity to kill this light tank. Okay, let's go ahead and turn on the HUD here. Where the Germans, with all that infantry, are able to push back the Soviets, but at a great cost. They do have a German MG still holding this trench, just ready for a counter push against the Soviets. And then, meanwhile, the Germans are gaining control over on this flank.
Shock troops can now be used to crush the enemy.
Germans going in with a sneaky maneuver here of engineers. While there's a lot of commotion going on in the center, they go for a push over on the right flank, or this would be their right flank, but the Soviets, they're not having it. Look at these heroes. Look at them. Oh. The Germans coming, they're like, you know what? No, I'm sick of these Soviets. I'm sick of it. Ah! Not a lot of anti-tank over here. They just gotta keep it moving so the mortars don't do too much damage. Mortars are hitting the tank, but they don't have a ton of anti-tank. Like I said, they just got to keep it rolling around so the mortars don't get a direct hit on it. There you go. That's a nice way to clear out some Soviets. A little bit of heavy tankage, or medium tanks, I should say. Now, while that's going on, the Germans are actually making a bold push over here, actually getting into enemy trenches. And the point of view of the Soviets, good. You know, we've kind of been favoring the Germans, at least from their point of view. Let's go check out what the Soviets are kind of seeing from this side. Well, they're gaining back control of this location. And I think this is a very important spot because it's a very good spot. It's up on a hill, you got a trench. You don't want to lose it to the Germans. So the Soviets have taken it. They're still having to deal with a pesky German flanking force. Look at that. Ah! Hans, fire! It's always Hans, isn't it? Oh, now we got a T-34 medium tank rolling up. Ooh! They had enough. Oh, nice hit from the flank. Look at this, a rogue German tank getting behind the Soviet tank. The Soviet tank's like, what? He's like, Pikachu face, you know, doing some memes there. But they blow it up. All right, guys, this is where Company of Heroes gets crazy. This is when we're gonna see some crazy armor on the battlefield. Get a little glass of water here, get a little sip of water. As the Soviets try to make a push, but it's held by, what is this, a Pumba? Oh wait, yeah, pass bar. Yeah, it's a Puma. Did I call it a Pumbaa? It's a Puma, and they're doing a good job of holding back that Soviet push. So they still hold on to this position here.
Enemy now have 200.
And the Germans once again control 2. Yes, the enemy have less than 200 points. So the Germans have really controlled the battlefield for most of this match. The Soviets are making good progress over here. I do like their slow approach. They're playing the long game here. You know, it's like, okay, it's all right. The Germans have been controlling the battlefield, but we're gonna keep waiting. Now the Germans, they're gonna roll in some 2 medium Panzer IV medium tanks. Oh, but what have we got over here? What is on this tank right now? What is this skin? He's got a M4C Sherman? What? Why? What is this, like, why do they have a Sherman? What in the world? Wait, do they have, hold on here. Are they all Soviets or do they have... Okay, that must be like some sort of like special ability. Again, my company of hero knowledge is not the greatest, but he must have some special ability that calls in like allies or something. I don't know why they had a Sherman, but they did. It's all Soviets over there, I swear. Okay, oh, look at this boy right here.
Yes, comrade.
Yes, the T-34. I mean, we saw it earlier, but it looks ferocious up on that hill. The Germans still hold over here. Man, this is just like...
Squad awaiting orders.
This is just a calm before the storm. This giant Soviet force. Just waiting for the command to charge forward. On the other side, the Germans got their repair station over here, repairing. Looks like they got a mortar tank over here. Let's see what this is. This is the, oh, it's a command tank. It's the Panzer IV command tank, but it does look like it shoots mortars. And right next to it, we got the normal medium tank. Look at the commander. He's just like, yes, yes. Yeah. Just observing the battlefield. Looking for, oh, do I see rocket artillery? He's like, okay. These Germans are retreating. Why? I sounded French there. I'm gonna stop. Okay. Let me get the taskbar back up. Let's see what the Soviets are doing here, guys. I think the Soviets, less than 100 points. This is it, guys. If the Soviets want to turn this around, they need to go all in, and I think that's what we're gonna see. Look at this. Oh, yes. Come on. It's just waiting for an opera. And this is, again, this is what I was saying. This position right here is so important because it's high ground. It gives them a good vantage point. But nothing yet from the artillery.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Panzer IV medium tank fallen back. The Soviets have gained control of this position, this victory point. Back over here, the Germans have a couple pieces of armor. They've got a bit of an anti-tank here. Lots of infantry. They've got the Puma. Yeah, I think we're gonna get ready to see a big push here. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I feel like the Germans had no business holding as many victory points as they have been holding. I mean, it just seems like they've been doing such a good job of holding with such little troops. And I don't know, every time I see the Soviets, they've got tons of men and tanks, and like they are ready to put, look at this. They are ready, guys. Oh, this is like a rifle? Yeah, Guards Rifle Infantry.
Victory is slipping from our grasp. We have only 50 points remaining.
Only 50 points remaining for the Soviets. Now is the time, guys. They must go in, but they're gonna have a tough time against this armored position. And a flamethrower just like, hey, get out of here. Germans are not gonna push their luck. They're not gonna go too forward. They're gonna keep these two armored vehicles as a defensive grouping here. The Soviets got a nice little truck here with some infantry, half track, and then over. Oh, look at this! We got a Su-85 tank destroyer. I think the Soviets are getting ready for that monstrous late game German tank force, which I'm sure will eventually appear towards the end of the game. So now down to 33 points. 33 points. The Soviets need a miracle here. It's do or die. German tank defiantly trying to hold this position. and it gets annihilated as a Soviet tank closes in the medium T-34, and the Germans have lost 2 victory points, and the Soviets, they keep themselves alive by the skin of their teeth. They're able to control back the victory points. So, if you are Soviets, if you're on the Soviet team, I would honestly push for this victory point as well. As like, fighting over on this side has been extremely light, and the Soviets could easily take this one. And that's what they kind of need to do. Uh-oh. Is this German? Oh, that's Soviet. They had explosives on the point. Anyways, what I was saying is that the Soviets are so far behind. If they want any chance of crawling their way back into this one, they're gonna want to capture all the victory points to try to close the gap between the points. I mean, this is anybody's game, you know, like things happen in Company of Heroes where you're under control the entire game, but then all of a sudden the enemy takes it and you have to be on the attack. There we go, the Soviets are going in to take it back. They need to do that. They're just like, it was like neutralized. It wasn't really captured. But this isn't the victory point, by the way. This is the victory point. That's my bad. It's still important because it gives you fuel. Oh, the Germans going for a push? Look at this, they got a half track, they got multiple half tracks, they got anti-tank. Oh my God, this is a bold push. Fire! Artillery coming down as well. And the trees are ablaze as the German war machine slices through the Soviet Union. And there we go, the Germans regain control of 2 victory points, but how long can they hold it? 32 points. It's down to 32 points. If you're the Germans now, this is when you need to start rushing in men, maintaining the point. Let's see what else is going on. Soviets still control this one. Over here, this is so light. Everything is being, honestly, most of the fighting is here at this victory point, and over here for this fuel right here. The Soviets are able to recover quickly there. That German attack doesn't seem like it was enough to completely push back the Soviets. The Soviets are now coming in with their Sherman and their medium tank, the T-34. German tank fighting for his life over here. Ooh. Not looking good. Let's see if he can get the Sherman. Oh no! So close. He almost gets the Sherman.
Our Panzers has been destroyed.
I'm not gonna lie. Seeing the Soviet images, symbolism on an American tank kind of disgusts me. It's just weird. All right. MG set up in the forest. They still have some forces over here. Let's see. Whoa, what's going on over here? Hold on. Hold on. Is there a push going on for this victory point? It has been neutralized. Sorry guys, got to get a little bit better with the controls here. Germans have kind of fallen back into the tree line. Look at this. Like, we wait.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
All right, over here, look at that. The Soviets are now not only have they taken a victory point, they're now pushing deeper into the German lines. But the Germans aren't gonna have it. They are trying to burn. Oh, this is close. I think they got it though. Yeah, they got it. The guards are falling back. But the tank, look at, is this the tank commander? It is the command tank. Oh, he doesn't let him escape. All right, oh, that's cool. We can see the messaging here from the players. But yeah, no, the Germans, they need to get some infantry up here to capture this back, as the Soviets still control 2 victory points. Oh, I'm hearing some artillery. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I recognize that sound. Oh yeah. Finally, we're seeing the deadly rocket truck go ham. The cat rocket truck. It's reloading, and it scares off the German infantry. Looks like we got, like, what is this, anti-tank? Just like, just putting down suppressing fire. Look at this, the Soviets come around with a T-34. And this tank is in trouble. He needs to evacuate the situation as quickly as possible. Look at this. The Soviets push with their armor. They push with their armor. Oh. Man. How frustrated would you have to be as a German player right now, seeing how close you are to victory, but yet so far away? Blue Germans make a bold push over on this side. It looks honestly pretty even over here. We have a half track getting shelled, just annihilated.
The enemy has destroyed one of our vehicles.
And we've got, look at this, look at this. Commander tank entrenches himself. He's like, no, I'm here for the long haul. We're not giving up this position. German infantry trying to grab this victory point. They desperately need it. Look at this. Look at just the battlefield here. The control of the map. The Soviets are spearheading right through the center. Uh-oh. Nice flank here for the T-34. Oh, man, the German armor is going fast. You know, I tell you what, guys, from just the way it's been playing out, it looks like the Soviets are doing a much better job of preserving their armor compared to the Germans. They're saving resources. Big German push over here. Infantry charging forward. Oh my God! What was that? What was that? Just annihilating an entire, look at this, this guy's like, I didn't sign up for this. Look at this little machine gun.
One of our machine guns has been silenced.
Oh man. That was pretty tragic to see. And the Soviets now down to 19 points, but hold on for dear life. Plane goes down in the back. Oof, what a fight, guys. I think what the Germans need to do here is they need to slow it down a little bit. They've got points, right? They've got time. They don't have to keep rushing in and desperately, and I get it, you don't want to wait too long because you're going to give your opponent time to, you know, build up defenses and everything. But at the same time, you don't want to panic and just throw men to their deaths. I mean, that is kind of a company of heroes, right? That's just what you do, but you get what I'm saying, right? I mean, you just want to organize a little bit. Oh, the Soviets going in for a big push here. And another thing they could do is almost play a little bit of scorched earth. A little bit of scorched earth where maybe, just maybe, the Soviets will push too aggressively. We got some intense mortars coming down, but maybe they'll push too aggressively and you can destroy their tanks and counter push. You know, maybe that's something you could do, but looks like the Soviets are, they're doing pretty good on just not pushing themselves too much, too thin. In fact, we have a small Soviet, what is this, a bazooka crew, anti-tank, shock troops, who are counter-pushing the German position. Here we go. We got Team Yellow here pushing up. Gonna counter push. Thank goodness they can't afford to lose this position. They've got to keep saving their resources. Oh no, German tank. Just kind of like strolling by 2 T-34s that are just annihilating. Oh no. What was the point of that, man? That just seemed like a waste of armor. I think you should have sent up the infantry first. I mean, infantry does a good job of taking out the tanks. I mean, if they have the capable tools, of course. So we're in a little bit of a slower point of the battle, guys. Both sides are kind of addressing the situation, building up defenses. I mean, if you're the Soviets right now, I wouldn't even worry about pushing. Maybe push a little bit over here, which they are. This is the final victory point. How could the Germans just leave this undefended? If the Soviets take this point here, they just might be able to turn this one around and win it. But here's the thing, the Soviets, they have so little points, they have no space. They have no room for error. They can't mess up. They can't lose a ton of points here because they don't have a ton of points. German infantry pushing forward. All I see is tons of Soviet units. And look at that. Every time they push, their infantry just gets annihilated. The Germans got to come up with something. Where is that heavy German armor? Where are the Tiger tanks? Where's, you know, where is the deadly armor they're desperately needing? And it looks like they're hurting on resources, guys. I mean, seriously, I think they're gonna have to rely on the cheaper anti-tank because they just can't afford the tanks. So they're gonna have to go in with infantry and anti-tank. Oh my God, every time they go in, this is not good. And over here, the Germans, oh, this is a nasty fight, but it looks like the Soviets have control of it.
Destroyed an anti-tank gun.
Okay.
We have 3
wow.
points remaining.
Back and forth, big infantry, 2 infantry blobs going at it. The Germans don't seem too fazed by it. They're finally gonna hold their ground, but as soon as they do, the mortars come in. Here we go. Here's a German tank. It's a Panzer IV, but it's better than nothing. Oh yeah, soften up that infantry.
We have lost a pack gun.
They lost an AT gun, a Pack 40, but they didn't completely lose it. They can just get more infantry on it. All right, there we go. Now they can
losing a sector.
Get the infantry on. Oh, I guess they're anti-tank. That's dangerous. Boom, there you go. That German tank should be able to take out. That's a 2-star tank.
Enemy has put a wedge in our lines.
Oh, the artillery is just vicious. Look at the Russian defenses. Okay, well, looking at the German armies. Wow, the Soviets are even pushing up this way. They are pushing. They're getting dangerously close to their main bases. You know, as I watched this battle replay, and you could have said like, hey, you know, the Germans controlled the beginning game, like the early game, right? They controlled it, they were beating them, and they were just outplaying them. I don't know. I mean, you can look at the points and maybe say that, but I feel like the Soviets, this was all part of their plan. They were kind of just turtling up because there was many times where I'm like, you know, the Soviets could probably push here and take a lot of ground, but they didn't. They sat back, they waited, they conserved, they held on to their resources, and then all of a sudden, boom, before it was too late, they did a big old push. A big old push, and have now captured all 3 of the victory points. So we got a flak half track Yeah, that would have been dangerous because we have the shock troops over there that would have destroyed it. But we got German infantry coming in. They should counter push, and they should take this victory point. At least something to stop the bleeding, you know? And there's nobody really defending it. Green's moving in. These guys are on full-on retreat. Soviet armor is closing in. They can take it out. They can take out this armor. So we're seeing more and more troops kind of being shifted over to this area of the battlefield. We're about 40 minutes into this battle replay, and it's still anyone's game. But I think the Germans are finally just like waiting. And oh, here we go. We got ourselves a Tiger. Okay, the Germans are playing smart here. And they can do this. They can do this. They have enough points to kind of wait a little bit. They don't have to panic. They don't have to worry. Just wait a little bit. Give it some time. And then close in. Because, like I said, they've got enough points. But it is going quickly. It is going fast. I would say around when you have 100 points, maybe like 110 points, you should go for your push. We're seeing, look at this, both sides, Soviets and Germans. You see their troops shifting over to the left here. I think finally in this area that's been relatively pretty peaceful compared to the other parts is about to get ferocious. I think it's gonna get pretty nasty over here. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at this shift. The Germans, oh, they're at 106. They're running, their points are going fast. Basically every 3 points, every what? Every couple seconds? So what we might see here is the Germans play defense on these 2 other points over here, and then go full on attack mode over on this front. Yeah, they're down to 85 points. Here we go. They've got to go. They've got to stop this bleeding. The Tiger tank is closing in. The massive German attack. Got some anti-tank over here too. And it is just brute force. It is no paper tiger. It is just ripping through the Soviet lines. Oh my God. Look at that. And it is crushing these medium tanks. The Soviets stood no chance. And the Germans take this position like it was nothing. Oh my God. What a great push. Okay. Now, if you're the Soviets, it's either you got 2 options. One, you push and start attacking the German resources, or 2, you keep defending and start shifting over troops over to the other side. It looks like they're going with option 2. We have a bunch of Shermans. We got the Su-85 medium tank. Which, isn't that also, like, is that a British tank, or? I don't know my tanks that well, but, oh, wait, was that the Tiger? I don't know. That could have been the Tiger, but we got 2 forces not willing to give up. Ooh. The Soviets hold on to that one. But guys, well, they control 2 points. The Germans control 2 points. The Soviets need to desperately try to take this back. The Soviets do not have enough points to not control at least 2 points. Oh my God. The Germans might have enough. They're now shelling the position. They're shelling this position, trying to soften it. Here comes a desperate mortar crew to try to come in and take this. Oh, look at this. Artillery is coming down. 10 points. Less than 10 points for the Soviets. Oh, they almost completely killed the infantry. Look at him. Look at this lad. He's like, I will stand my ground and I will capture this. Oh my God. I think they neutralized it. Now 8 points to 45. I think the Germans have completely given up on this position. I don't blame them. The Soviets have this completely under control. Oh, nice little bombing. Is that like a smoke screen? Here comes another big German push. We have three pack guns ready to hold the line and support this assault gun. Stug 3. Let's see if these anti-tank can hold here. I don't know that infantry might be a problem for the anti-tank, but here comes German infantry to support them. Oh no! The artillery is too strong. The Germans are losing men fast. 30 points against the 8. Air support, Spitfire coming down. German tanks desperately rushing behind enemy lines. Uh-oh. They can't lose this position. The Soviets, oh my God. If the Soviets take this, they might seal the deal here. They might just seal the deal. Guys, I think they did it. I think the Soviets are gonna take this one. Unless the Germans can pull off some sort of miracle. No surrender, comrades. 10 to 8. Can they do it? 4 points, 1 point. No, the Soviets take it. The Soviets take it. And there you go. There you have it. Oh, that was awesome. So a great early game for the Germans, and they almost had enough. They almost had enough to counter push and take back what they lost. You know, it's all about those victory points. It's all about controlling the map, and the Soviets did a good job. They played that turtle game. They played the slow game, and they defeated the Germans today. So that was a great match. Let's see if we can see the results here. I don't know if we can. It's been a while since I've done a replay. I'm not sure what this is going to take us, but yeah, that was awesome, guys. That was really enjoyable. It's good to be doing some Company of Heroes. I'm going to try to do a lot more, definitely in the near future. Just, you know, I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, here we go. So here are all the players. This was sent in by Iron Fist. I appreciate people sending in defeats. It was a good defeat. You know, it was a fun one, but it was just it was tough. Look at the damage dealt by all three of these players, almost in the 30,000s, while one of the players here getting 12,000. But yeah, here's the graph. Let's see. Let's check out all the graphs here of the performance. You can see the late game, the Soviets spiking over there. So here's some of the kills and whatnot. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this fun battle. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like, a share, a comment, all that jazz. But if you want to see more Company of Heroes, let me know by just commenting down below. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time on the battlefield.